I seriously hope she doesn't die. Otherwise, watching the anime with her animated, it's gonna be hard to watch. It's the new year, and what better way to start it off than a slow rising, heart pounding of fear for a character's demise? Honestly, there's no certainty that Shinobu will die, but there are signs. The seed is planted and it has been growing. Should we let it bloom or end it to save one? As the question remains unanswered, this chapter contains the growing tension of the fated battle that's about to get deadly. The chapter cover shows Kanao wandering around in fear. On one hand, it's good to know she's there, most likely searching for Shinobu. On the other hand, I have an eerie vibe this sets up for her arriving too late and witness her master's death. Of course, it could go differently as well, but this is a smart move to have us aware of her presence. I wouldn't call her a game changer, but I hope it's most needed. We can only pray she arrives at the right time. The flashback gives us a tragic reminder of Shinobu's sister Kanai's death to address two defining points. The first is to show Shinobu's dedication for vengeance after Kanai told her to leave the demon hunter corpse to live a normal life. This could be a metaphor that vengeance will end her life, or her time to retire will happen once she slays the murderer. I really hope for the latter. The second is to properly introduce us that murderer that she happens to be facing. Fate or curse? This has a really good yet disturbing way to introduce Doma, with the reflection of her sister's death as the starting point. It gives you enough boost to support Shinobu and hate Doma. It slowly describes the demon that murdered her sister, starting with the head. The panel focuses on him to check the list while inserting the description of his personality. How eerie it is to watch a demon having a good time with a mouth full of blood and carrying limbs like Casual Friday. Then we get to the disturbing part. Shinobu is a charming woman when dealing with human. Just when an innocent woman was about to die, she saves her in a flash. I'm used to this type of moment of saving a life in great speed, but I am fine with it. Sadly, this series has no mercy on innocence. The woman was slashed into 3 parts and blood gushed out like a full bottle of juice cracked open. That's sick. To add more insult, Tomo kindly tells Shinobu to leave the corpse alone. It's his later meal. Damn. By this point, I don't want her just to win. I want her to make him suffer. He carries a pair of sharp fangs, which pretty much explain why that woman was sliced off. This confirms that Kanai's murderer is him. While that was expected for some, the way how he introduced was really good and gave me enough reason to hate him. Granted, I do think he's a really suited villain, but in entertainment perspective, I hate him. He proclaims to be the founder of the Eternal Paradise Fate, where his role is to be happy with all the faithful. That attitude of his is another reason to be annoyed. I don't know if he's being sarcastic or really means it, but he believes he's saving the human's life by devouring them. He has a smart-ass remark where Shinobu called out his BS about saving lives, yet he proves it by killing that woman horribly, because her suffering has ended. After all, if he does eat them, they can live on forever within him. He is their Lord and Savior. That is some serial killer speaking right there. It's an interesting contrast between the two. Shinobu, the hero, is beyond furious, while Doma, the villain, is calm yet frustratingly friendly. It's irritating how innocent he's portraying, whether he means what he said or not. He acts like he's helping her, only she loses her cool. If Super Saiyan exists, she would have gone to second stage. It's hard to read him, sarcastic or genuine, but he finally pushed the red button for a stab to the eye, and that itself was satisfying. It's a brutal yet earned startup with that stab along with the insect breathing dance of the bee sting. It's frustrating though with him remaining calm. Like, hey, that's a cool move. You are good. Not sure what's his style, but he could use Frozen Lotus, nearly freeze her to death. One would think that was cool of her, but why not slice his head off? While that is easier said than done, her plan is to poison him and see the effect. I like this because she doesn't see it as a trump card, rather tests him to analyze and see where she can go from that. Not only it does work, which is good news, but she also learned the demons were sharing information. That way, if she live, and she better live, she could develop a new method to make it less known to the enemy. Then again, if the series does end here, it may not matter anyway, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Doma was suffering. That's good. Sadly, he grows accustomed and the effect wears off. That's bad. He continues to be calm and joyous, which is beginning to piss me off. Fortunately, Shinobu is far from done, as she has been anticipating for this. Since he is interested in poison, I hope she gives him the one that will make him cry like a little, well, you know. She has been prepared for this day, and with the confirmation of her special poison work on him, it's about to get bloody deadly and bloody exciting. Sadly, there's another break before we get an intense action. But for what the chapter served, it was gripping. It gave us reasons to support her and despise him outside the concept of good and evil. He is borderline insane with his belief, genuine or not. The artwork is solid, and a tidbit of the action was really good and promising. She is at clear disadvantage considering the setup, but I doubt she will get annihilated that badly. Rest up, we are in for a fierce battle. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. Do you really believe that Shinobu will die here? Or do you think she will get severely injured? What do you think is going to happen to her? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.